Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for being here and sharing space with me. Today, I really want to talk about sexual trauma. I've been moving through a really challenging situation recently, and involving someone disrespecting my boundaries. And in that, I believe that we keep creating these experiences in our life so that we can look at it and heal from it, right? So these experiences keep coming in my life because I haven't looked at the sexual trauma that I need to heal. I'm very early stages on navigating this space of healing my sexual trauma. So this is more just me sharing my process and being open and vulnerable about it, because for a long time I was denying that I had any sexual trauma or that I was sexually assaulted. For a long time I repressed it, and I just can't do that anymore. And so much comes in that. I have been so scared to speak about it. I've felt so many things, so much guilt and shame surrounding this, and almost like I was blaming myself a lot. I think that myself and the other person, we're like, nobody is I'm not saying that one person is guilty and one person is innocent at all. But for a long time I was thinking to myself that, like, because I'm just a sexual being and I believe in being like sexual liberation, that I was basically calling in this like predatory behavior to come to me, and that's just not really true. It's a lot that has to do with that is that I need to work on creating boundaries, and I need to heal my sexual trauma. And I don't know what that looks like, honestly. Like, I have no idea, but I know that nobody talks about this, and that it's really scary and uncomfortable for me to even share. And I want other people to know that they're safe to talk about it and speak about it, and I want to normalize it because so many people have experienced sexual trauma. It's not just me. And I think that repressing it doesn't do anyone good. It doesn't help us grow, it doesn't help the other person to grow, and it actually just manifests inside of us. So let's stop that. Let's talk about it, and let's release it so we can be better, more expansive humans. I think there are two main things that kind of led me, like, awakened or opened me up to wanting to do some sexual trauma releasing and healing work. One being all this guilt and shame that was coming up for me once I stopped drinking. All of the times, I was thinking back to all the times that I had unconscious sex, and that really fucked with me for a while, and I had to look at that and forgive myself, and I had to release it. And after I did this process, I felt so much weight lifted from me, and so much freedom came with forgiving myself. And another thing that I had recently experienced is I was with a partner and I noticed that I could not let them get on top of me, and I could not let them go near my, like, hold my neck. That I would go into this complete, like, out of body experience, which is it's a trauma response, where you're in like fight or flight mode. And I was completely taken out of this moment that was supposed to be pure love and pleasure, and I was taken into this horrible memory, you know? And to be able to have the courage to speak to my partner what was happening was really hard for me. I didn't even go into it. I just said, please don't do this, until I was comfortable with them, and then I was able to like open up to receiving them in that way. But just having the courage to share with someone that you are being intimate with, like, hey, listen, this is really triggering me, it was so scary and hard for me. And once again, I know I'm not the only one that has experienced that. And if you are currently experiencing that, I'm so proud of you for speaking up and for sharing and vulnerability and having the courage to do that. Because it's not easy. Right now, this is like, I feel really scared and nervous just sharing this, and like I'm on the verge of just crying at any moment because it's so vulnerable, and it's so new for me to speak about it. For so long I have just been like repressing it and pushing it inside of me and not speaking about it. And this newest experience that I have just been moving through, it was so hard for me to talk to my closest people, my tribe, about this, because I felt so much guilt and shame around it. I felt like I was the one to blame, and that I was embarrassed. I was just so embarrassed. And I had to release that. I'm still working on releasing that, because it's definitely still there. But I think just speaking on it is really powerful, and knowing that you're not alone and that you can be held by another sister in this process that you're going through is so comforting. So I think that's all I want to talk about today, but please know that you're not alone if you're facing something similar, and that you can reach out to me at annaswolfclan@gmail.com, or you can message me on Instagram at Wolfclan Wellness. I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you, and thank you for being here and holding space for me.